day 3. We slept in a bit this morning. We've just broken camp, just about 10 o'clock we've set off walking, and we're finding loads of these little waterfalls on the side of the road. Just crawling out of the living rock and spilling down to the loch side. There's Nathan, tired of boots. A good night's sleep, mainly due to the extra 2 pints of alcohol that I consumed yesterday evening. I finally got to camp about 20 to 12, got my tent pitched for midnight, and I was up and about 8 o'clock this morning, and we camped somewhere down there in that dell. The plan is to take it steady today. It's a rough day up and down the loch side. Inversnaid is about, we reckon, 6 or 7 miles from here. Might be a good point to stop for lunch, and then we're looking at possibly getting on to Doune Bothy or somewhere around there, which should give us another sort of 12 miles, 14 miles for the day. So, Nathan's off for a swim. It's bitter bleeding cold, despite the fact that the sun's been out. And the water over there. You have to break the ice to go in, mate. Go on, lad. They're not bothered. They've seen it all before. Just dive in now. You've done the hard part. Just got to dive in. Cheers, campers. Rowan Hotel, pint of Belhaven, another 7 or 8 miles to go to Inversnaid, worst part of the walk. Got the best views. Midges are out. 7 o'clock, day 3. About 2.5 miles past Rowadennan on the way up towards Inversnaid. Nathan's moved on ahead. He's got a quicker pace than me. He's a strong young lad, as he is. So I said I'd try and get to Inversnaid. I've got about another 4.5, 5 miles to go. Might get there before it gets dark, but the terrain has totally changed. Some of the pathways, you're actually crawling over living rock and making your way through tree roots. It's lovely, but it is strenuous. This is supposed to be the most difficult section of the West Highland Way. I wouldn't say it's particularly difficult, but it is strenuous because it's continued effort. Even when you think you've broken its back, there's another little bit comes along where you're climbing, scrambling on paths that aren't really paths, to be fair, but it's makes for interesting walking. The reason I'm travelling so slowly is I still have the chafing issue, which just doesn't want to go away. I've taped everything up, cleaned my pants, put Sudocrem on, but I've still got some major chafing going on. I can't seem to get rid of that. And yesterday was the start of a bit of an issue with one of my feet, my right foot underneath. Not blistering, but definitely rubbing. Can't see any physical damage to the skin, but it is making things difficult and quite tender on the feet. Pack's still very heavy. 3 days down the line, we've only had one meal in a pub. We've eaten 5 or 6 meals out of the bags, plus numerous energy bars, and I would say that my pack is still over 15 kilos. I had to buy some extra gas at Drimmen yesterday because I left my spare canister at home like an idiot. So if you're on the Highland Way and you find yourself out of gas, don't panic, because when you get to Balmaha, well, they do sell gas at Drimmen, but they don't sell threaded gas type, but they do at Balmaha. So worst case scenario, Balmaha is kind of like your last stop before, I suppose, Crianlarich, Inversnaid. I don't know if there's a shop at Inversnaid, but just be aware of that. The scenery just seems to get better and better. Looking up the loch towards Ardlouis and Inversnaid. On the other side of the loch they are. You can get a ferry from Rowadennan, sorry, not from Rowadennan, from Inversnaid, that'll take you across the loch, where you can get a bus. You can avoid this stretch. The bus trip is about 25 minutes. I had a chat with the ferryman who works for the Inversnaid Hotel. I told him what I was doing, and he tempted me. He did tempt me. However, that would have been a cheat. No. However, that would have been a cheat, and I didn't want to cheat because I'm only cheating myself. I want to do this properly. So yeah, the plan is, if I can't reach Inversnaid, I'm going to probably stop Doune Bothy or just past Doune Bothy, depending if there's people in it. It's going to be another nice, calm evening. That's why the midges are out again, the little blighters. But yeah, I'll probably have a chance to put myself together an open fire, a real fire, and maybe get an early night instead of the last couple of nights where I've been pitching tents between 10 and 11 o'clock on Monday, and then yesterday evening at 1:15 midnight virtually. Anyway, I'll let you know. See you later. Just give you an example, oh my god, what the paths are like when you get off the normal bits. This is pretty much it. Lumps of rock, you've got to negotiate your way around. This is fairly straightforward, this bit, but I did just north, about a mile north of Inversnaid. There's some proper big craggy bits that require some careful negotiating, and obviously it's always worthwhile taking your time and resting, because once your legs are tired you don't pick your feet up as much, and things like tree roots become an issue. Bless you. What a beautiful place to stop and have a drink of water and think about what you're going to do next. Still almost 4 miles to Inversnaid, and I've got approximately 2.5 hours of usable light in front of me. I've been averaging 1 mile an hour over the terrain I've been on, which means I'll be walking for an hour and a half in the dark over this. I do have a head torch, but I don't fancy doing that. Plus, it's almost 8 o'clock now, which means I won't get there till midnight. So I reckon another mile on here, another hour walking, and I'll find somewhere to pitch up. There's a place up the road called Doune Bothy. If nobody's in the Bothy, I'll have it. If not, I'll find somewhere to camp nearby, and I'll update you in the morning.